From the OU TV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics. Proudly combating the thought police since 2016, here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. Corruption, cover-up, abuse of power. This morning, a shitstorm blew through Washington, D.C., while the acting director of national intelligence testified before the Intelligence Committee. The latest scandal of the Trump administration has been escalating day after day, and the fever pitch is blowing minds. Joseph Maguire, the head of the U.S. intelligence agency, well, he's not quite sure if foreign interference is totally illegal or not in this country. Joey Maguire isn't quite sure that a shakedown of a foreign leader for dirt on a political opponent should be investigated by the CIA or the FBI. Now, this is the guy at the helm. He's in charge of national intelligence and a protector of American national security, and he's not really sure that this whole landmine of credible allegations of Trump seeking foreign assistance should be investigated. Now, it was revealed today that the whistleblower says specifically that after this phone call between the president of the Ukraine and Trump, which was released as a transcript yesterday, needed to be sent to a secure server for lockdown. Now, Trump is using executive privilege to conceal crime and fraud. Is the president allowed to load his scandalous conversations on a secret server in the U.S. government? Am I the only one that remembers servers being a Democratic issue? I don't know, maybe it's unrelated. Who knows? But he done did it. What else is on that secret server, Trump? How many transcripts of phone calls with foreign leaders have gone to the Trump secret servers? Protocols that are being used to protect the security of the United States, classification protocols, are being used to protect the president's corruption specifically. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today accused the White House of a cover-up hours after the public release of a whistleblower's report. Trump is lashing out as another traumatic day in Washington is unfolding. As of Wednesday night, a majority of House members had voiced public support for the impeachment inquiry. Yet, Congress is supposed to go on recess Friday. What? No way. You guys need to stay and do your damn job. Jeez, this calls for weekend work. Lots of Americans have to work weekends. You're not the only ones. Just buck up, put your pants on, and go to work. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff said that his committee would work through an upcoming 2-week recess as it continues to probe Trump's interactions with Zelensky. Well, good. Keep working, Congress, because this is the stuff that history is made of. Trump told diplomats that, in the old days, spies were dealt with differently. Off with their heads. Well, he didn't say off with their heads, but that's what he's talking about. That's how spies used to be dealt with. Well, listen, that's not what happened in America, sir. Not in America. And when you start talking about capital punishment, you better be damn well careful, because it used to be for treason. I said it Tuesday, and I'll say it again. What a difference one summer makes. We can say that now because, it's fall. Maybe that's what we're going to be saying every season. In a closed-door meeting of oil and gas executives this summer in Colorado Springs, it's being reported that energy companies are seriously talking about accepting that fossil fuels are helping to drive climate change. Mind blown. Mark Barron, an industry lawyer who heads the energy litigation arm of Baker Hostetler, I don't know if that's how I pronounce it, well, he said that the ship has sailed. We done did it. Fossil fuel use has led to severe weather events, and we all know it. And that means we now we really all know it. Barron added that it's a generational shift. Every American younger than 40 has grown up learning that climate change is an existential crisis, and that we need to address it, and that they have watched all of the Al Gore prophecies come to pass. But wait, James Heaney, what about our Lord and Chief Donald Trump? Does he think climate change is real? No, he doesn't. So what does that mean? It means that there's a growing divide between the Trump administration and the key players in the fossil fuel industry. Trump officials are in fact working to repeal federal restrictions on greenhouse gas emissions, I should say. Yet some oil and gas executives say that they have no choice but to press forward with plans to address climate change. The oil and gas industry wants to jump on board to save the world. Now, last month, three energy giants, BP, Exxon, and Shell, said that they would continue to cut emissions of methane even though the government would no longer require them to do so. They just want to do it to be good peeps. Energy executives are well aware that the U.S. public sees them at least partly to blame for the planet's warming, and they want to rectify what they did to the future of the planet. Can they? I don't know, but hey, at least we're all having a conversation with the same facts these days. We will call this a temporary win considering where we have been, you know. Today, nearly every major fossil fuel company has acknowledged that carbon emissions help drive global warming, even as President Trump questions the connection. It should be noted that not every attendee at this summer's meeting embraced the idea that the industry needs to address global warming. One participant, who didn't identify himself on the recording, told Barron that he had been brainwashed. So, you know, we still have some room for improvement. The Australian man who introduced laberdoodles to the world back in 1989 says the breed is his life's regret. His name is Wally Conrad, and he claims the poodle hybrids have run amok. In an interview last week, he told the Australian Broadcasting Corp that I opened Pandora's box and released a Frankenstein's monster. Now, the comments have drawn confusion. Labradoodle lovers everywhere are crying out, Wally, say it ain't so. We love our lovely little labradoodles. Yet the reckless pursuit of adorable new canine combinations looms dangerously on the flip side of cuddly cuteness. Conran has been distancing himself from the labradoodle for years. When the breed broke out into a sort of labradoodle mania, Conran ran the blogosphere to decry backyard breeders who have jumped on the bandwagon he started. He says, new breeds began to flood the market. Groodles, spoodles, caboodles, and snoodles. It almost sounds like some sort of Dr. Seuss book if it didn't reek of potential animal abuse. Wally Conrad coined the term labradoodle in the 1980s. Now, he admitted that he was playing the hand of God, as all dog breeders seeking new breeds do. Mostly, he just wanted to create a hypoallergenic dog for all of those with allergies who might want a cute companion as a best friend or a service animal. Some may ask, oh hey man, why not just a poodle? Well, it turns out that those little rat beasts aren't cut out for being service dogs. They just don't have the servitude gene, I guess. So he worked his magic and made some designer puppies. Yet, they weren't quite flying out the door until he came up with the term labradoodle, which, after that, there was no stopping him. Yet, after the hype, it didn't take long for some shady peeps to copy his designer dog idea for financial gain, and suddenly unregulated labradoodles, golden doodles, schnoodles, and more began to pop up all over the place. Most are a little confused and have no idea why Conran would tell media outlets that labradoodles are crazy or have a hereditary problem, but the man has clearly turned on his creation.